click on copy, and I'll select this line that I have here on the list, the line itself. So I'll click on what? Enter. Where am I trying to copy from? I'm trying to copy from here. So I'll go at the same distance. Copy at the distance of what? 8 away. 8, enter. And I'll copy at the distance of what? 8. 8, enter. Right? I'll copy at the distance of 8 and I'll copy at the distance of what? I'll copy at the distance of what? 8 on both sides. Right? Now that I have both shape created at the distance of what? 8, you can see that I just use a copy command so that I don't stress myself. Object Snap will make that easy for us. I can go ahead to use offset. Offset to be more complicated, so I don't want to complicate life. So we have circle there. There is a circle that like a 2-point circle that makes this life easy for us. So I'll go to 2-point circle. You can see that what's the kind of circle I'm trying to create from this point to this point. But you can see the kind of view that I'm currently on, right? This is not working for me. So to create the proper circle that we need, I'll go ahead and change my view to what? Top view. Not even top view. I'm going to be, yes, I think top view is what we need. Now from that top view, I'll go ahead to start my what? Circle, 2-point circle. I want my circle to connect from here to what? Here. And then you can see the shape has been created. Go back to home. You can see my shape as what? Created. What do I need? I don't need this guy. I don't need this guy. I'll select the line itself and I will want to delete. Apart from that, I also need to trim some things off. For example, this other half of my what? Shape. I can get that. I can get rid of that. The line itself. The circle. Can you see that? This is exactly what I need, guys. So I'll select escape. What am I looking for again, guys? I'll select what my press hold. Select this point, and what am I trying to do? Take it down at the distance of what? I'll use this midpoint as my guide. I'll use this midpoint what? As my guide. So I'll use that midpoint there. Where's the guy? This guy on the list here. But I can take it out completely and then it chops off that design. Now you can see what we have ongoing, guys. We have the design properly done, properly created. No stress, no force. Now we have this design already created. If you want to see this design, you will see them that we created different components on top of another. When I'm selecting one of them, you can see that it is selecting them separately. This one, they are together because we created it out of it, right? But these guys, we started a new design afresh, right? How do we now make them a whole? Because if you try to move this guy, that's when you start seeing movement. Select this guy and then move forward. Can you see what happens? It moves away because they are what? They are not together. How do we make them a whole? I'll select them separately, select the base as usual. When I move my mouse to the next body, you can see a cross icon around my what? My crosshair, or is it this small? I'll select that shape and I'll click on what? The next object. There I have 3 of them. 3D object. Now that I have 3 of them selected, the next thing I want to do is to use a command known as what? Can you see union? Union helps you to what? Merge solid objects together to be seen as a whole. So I'll go ahead and click on the union. When I do that, it will ask me what object are you trying to select. I'll select this guy, and then the last guy, 3D object, and then the last guy on the list, the bottom part. And then after selecting everything, I'll click on enter. Automatically, this object has been seen as a whole. So let me move it away so that I can see what is happening here, because you see some action now. So let me move and move this guy at the distance away. Look at the sketches that we created. They are still there, so I can delete them. Right? Now I have this object created, and this object has been designed using our what? 3D workspace. And why do I keep calling isometric design as a what? 3D illusion? Because what? They are not 3D object in a whole. When you start rotating and panning at it, it becomes flat. They are what? 3D what? Illusion. So I'll go back to my top view. That's why isometric retains its what? Usefulness. I'll go back to the next drawing this time. Why do I call this 3D instead of isometric? If I go ahead to my own view, I'm probably on my own view already. I'll try to orbit around the shape. You can see it in different perspective, and it is still making sense. The form are retained. Is solid. It is solid. It is beautiful. It is what? It is a solid object. And there are these different type of view that I've been using. The shaded view. They are what? With edges. We have what? Shaded without edges. I have what? I have realistic view that shows something like a rendering. You can see light sources already showing on the object. Apart from that, we also have conceptual that shows like what? Massing or whatever. Basically, it shows like a conceptual drawing. Like it's showing like a 3D model. It's really giving you that 3D model view. There's an X-ray view that shows the 3D model, but you can still use some, you can still see some. And we have the wireframe, alright, and the 2D wireframe is what we have been using. It gives us that 2D realistic view, like an isometric view, but in fact we're actually creating a 3D view. So that sums up the section for today, guys. This we'll be drawing the curtains here for today, and you guys, I believe from this very short video, you understand the concept of 3D workspace, and now we can basically put 3D objects together. What I used to say to all my students is that if you understand 2D properly, like 2D, no, they confuse you. Sorry, what I mean by no, they confuse you means you understand 2D like the back of your hand. You know, you understand it very well. You won't struggle with 3D. You won't struggle with the 3D interface if you understand 2D very well. So everything boils down to your understanding about 2D drafting, 2D sketches. If you understand how 2D works very well, you won't have any problem with 3D workspace. So again, that sums up the end of our session, guys. Please like and share this content. If you find this content valuable to you, please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you feel like whatever we are doing here aligns with what you do. Again, this channel is for people of designs, people in the design phase, and what we do here is more of graphics, more of anything related to design. I do UI UX training as well here at my company, and this knowledge, again, as you learn more, you develop yourself more, and this is what we have been trying to do. I want to share that now, because as you teach, as you try to explain whatever you know, you get better in your own field as well. So guys, there you have it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Like and share the video. Take care of yourself. Peace out.